Hi everyone, welcome to MarikaCreations. Today I will share with you 4 wooden decor flips. I've been to the thrift store and I have collected 3 cutting boards and a round wooden frame that I will flip today and make fit into my decor in the style of old world light academia. So stay tuned for this.
For my first flip today, I have this cutting board here. I've made it over some time ago already. Now it's time to do it again. So I've sanded it off already and it's ready for painting. And I will put on 2 coats of my light grayish color, my go-to color nowadays, and let it dry in between the coats, both back and front. I will put on some decoupage on this cutting board. So the first thing I do is to put on 1 coat of a Mod Podge and let that dry completely, and I do that on both sides because I will make a 2-sided cutting board. So I have these beautiful napkins with these pink flowers. So just tear out a piece that I want, or actually 2 pieces on this side. And once I'm happy with the size, I put it in place and some parchment paper over on top, and then I take my iron. It will reactivate that Mod Podge and the napkin will stick. And on the other side I will do the whole cutting board with these music notes. Same thing here, heat it up, and then I will sand off the excess napkin like that. Now I'm making some ornate pieces with air dry clay in my silicone molds. I take plenty of them because I don't know which ones to use just yet. Some flowers and some corner pieces. I want it to look old world, so you will see what I will use. So I set them aside to dry for a little bit, not completely though. And now it's time to put them on, and I just use some tacky glue, and then I will make a frame, as you can see here, around that napkin like so, and a little piece on the top as well. I will complete this side of the cutting board first and set it aside to dry overnight. And once that is done, I will continue on the other side of the cutting board. Next day, and it looks like this, and the clay has shrunk a little bit. You can see some gaps in between the ornate pieces, but I will fix that just with the help of some spackle. Put that in place with a paintbrush, as you see me do here. And now on to the other side, and I have a sun and some flowers, 3 flowers, and I do the same thing here. Tacky glue on the back, press them into place and let them sit overnight and dry completely. Now I'm here the next day, looking good, everything is in place. And now it's time to paint a little bit on this side here with the beautiful flower, and I'm using some black, some gold, some red, some brown and some green. And I will start with the black, and I have diluted it with some water to make it easy to apply and wipe off the excess. I'm just going into all the grooves so it will look a little bit vintage. And then it's time to go in with the different colors, and I'm just dabbing them on with the paintbrush, as you see me do here. And I'm working in layers, blending with the bigger brush, drying with my hair dryer to keep going with the next layer. And I'm just putting on layer after layer until I'm happy with the result. It will turn pretty dark, as you can see. And now I'm going in with some black again around the ornate bits in the grooves where I see fit. And once this layer has dried completely, I'm going in with my light grayish color again, dry brushing on top of the ornate bits, a little bit around the edges as well. And voila, this side is almost complete. Now on to the other side, and I will not do very much here. Some black in the grooves and around the pieces, the flowers here, and the same thing around the sun. And then I will go in with some gold acrylic paint, and when that has dried, a little bit of dry brushing with my light grayish color here as well. Last thing I will do is to put on one coat of my satin finished varnish to protect my creation here. Same on the other side. Et voila! Here it sits in my old world setting, looking very pretty. I have put on a ribbon, a velvet ribbon to match the piece. Looking cute like that. And I can always turn it around. It will still fit my decor with those music notes. Tell me what you think. Which side do you prefer?
If you're new to my channel, hi, I am Marika, and on this channel I do lots of DIYs, thrift flips, trash to treasure, an occasional dupe, renovation of my home, and I even do some pottery and some painting, anything creative really. Please join me, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell and join my YouTube family.
For my next flip, I will use these two cutting boards. I picked them up from the thrift store. It was 50% off and I only paid €0.50 for both of them. That's a steal. but they are quite rough, so I will sand them off. Try to get all the cutting marks off as best as I can. I will not use them in the kitchen anymore. I will just have them as decorative pieces. Sanding them off, and then it's time for some staining, and I start out with my black stain, putting it on with a paintbrush, wiping off the excess with just a paper tissue, like you see me do here. Already great difference, like it a lot. I set them aside to dry, and then I will lightly sand them with a fine grit sandpaper, and then I'm off to the second coat with my natural oak stain to get that warmth. Looking good, I think, with that more of a yellow undertone. And now it's time to embellish them. And this one here, I will do some decoupage. So I'm starting off with some Mod Podge that I let dry like that. Set it aside, and then I will take the other one as a template to just tear out pieces of this beautiful napkin. I will cover it completely, but I will have it in like 2 pieces, because in between I will put this, I don't know if it's an angel or a fairy. She sits among flowers, so I consider her a fairy, but she has like angel wings, and she will sit amongst the flowers on my cutting board. So I put on one like that, and then it's time to put on my fairy, and I do that with some tacky glue like so. And then it's time to put on the next napkin. Some more Mod Podge, let it dry, put on the napkin and some parchment paper, and let the heat do its trick. And then I'm sanding off the edges with a piece of sandpaper like that. This one is almost done. Set it aside and start with the other one. And I will use some stencil here with the roses. And I'm using my light grayish color and dabbing it on with a sponge like that. I will not cover the whole piece, a little bit on the bottom like that, and then wiping it off and putting a little bit on the top as well. And I will set it aside to dry. Then it's time for my satin finished varnish. Once again, one coat to seal the pieces, to protect the colors. Et voila! Here sits my fairy, and I've just put a lace ribbon on the cutting board and hung it up in my kitchen area. She looks very pretty. Love how it turned out. And the other one I have right here, also in my kitchen. Which one did you like better? Let me know in the comments. For my final flip today, I have this piece that I picked up from the thrift store for, I think it was €3. Can't read that little tag there. I love the wooden frame. I'm not a fan of the artwork. So what I will do is to take some spackle and just fill in those carvings there. And once dry, I will sand it off and paint that area with my light grayish color. And I applied 2 coats to get a really good coverage, and set the piece aside to dry for a bit. And I will do some decoupaging here as well, and I have already covered the light grayish area with some Mod Podge. And now it's time to put on my napkin, and I will use some of the music notes here as well as a backdrop for my creation. Just tear it so it will fit nicely. Make sure it's straight. And once happy, some parchment paper on top and some heat. And the napkin sits very nicely in place, like that. And then I will put on 1 coat of my satin finished varnish and set the piece aside to dry. Next thing I will do is to paint on top of that music note, and I will paint a butterfly. So I'm sketching up a butterfly here. Don't know if you can see it. And then I will start painting, putting on some colors, some orange, some yellow, some black. You will see. I will just let you watch here. If you like this video and videos like this, consider subscribing, maybe share with a friend, and hit that like button as well. It will help my channel to grow, and I can spend more time creating inspirational content for you. I'm so grateful for your support. And here I'm putting on some shadows as well, so it will somewhat look like the butterfly is coming out of the painting. Some spots with my light grayish color. And once everything has dried, I will go in with my satin finish varnish, as I do, to seal my creation. Et voila! Here it sits in my living area, looking very pretty. Love the butterfly, the music notes, and the frame. Love it. So tell me what you think of my creations today, my flips. Did you have a favorite? Let me know in the comments. If you are inspired and you want more inspiration straight away, just hit that wooden decor playlist link appearing on the screen right here. Just click and enjoy. Thank you so very much for watching. See you soon again in my next one. Until then, take care. Bye.